Hi and welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to have a look at the bass player. So the bass player and the keyboard player are new for Logic 11, and we've kind of had drummer. So I'm going to do a review of bass player and keyboard player, and then I'm going to do a kind of track featuring all three. Go to new in Logic, you get this kind of new window, so you can go for software instrument, or external MIDI. You've got pattern, and you can use a software instrument or external MIDI, and you've got session players, so you've got drummer, bass and keyboard. So you've got audio, mic or line, guitar or bass. So in the if you click on bass drummer, you have a kind of a few styles. Now they're not exactly very modern. So you've got pop rock, retro rock, pop songwriter, roots upright, indie disco, disco slap, modern R&B and modern Motown. There's no trap or EDM. So yeah, so I'm going to go with retro rock, and you can either have it to open the library or not. So we'll have it to, and then you can also have it to use the default chord progressions for new regions. So we'll leave that off, and we'll open the library. So we'll click create, and here we go. So this is kind of what it looks like. So it's created 4-bar pattern. So like I said, you've got a choice. So this is kind of defaulted to Rock Legend. We'll just play this and hear what it sounds like. Right, so that is your kind of basic pattern. As you can see, it has turned rather a lot of effects on. One of the other new things is bass amp. So this is a kind of new thing as well. So you can switch between amps. You've got a few different styles and cabinets and mic, different dynamic. You've got a condenser mic and 2 dynamics there as well. And you can move the position of the mics around as well. So you can move them back and forward and back, whatever, left and right. It's got things like the Tube EQ, which I think is new as well, and compressor, and you've got fat effects on. So there's and space designer as well. So there's rather a lot going on with this particular preset. That's the one that's kind of picked, but obviously we could go in and go to retro crunch, and you can see it switched all that back on again. Oh, let's try punchy bottom instead. Right, here we go. Right. So yeah, so there's not so much in punchy bottom. That's a bit better. And we could try switch fat effects off as well. So we can actually hear a bit more of the bass. You can now go in. So there's obviously some presets. It's a bit like drummer where you've got presets. So we can start off with double cross. We could change that to double cross. And then we can actually pick a set of chord progressions. So we could have 1, 5, 6, and 4, and then you get the chords underneath come up. So we go in C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, and F. So this is a much better idea. So it gives you a much better idea of what's actually being played. So these are now using the new studio bass. This is new, as well as studio piano, which we'll be using for the keyboard session player, I would imagine. You've got classic, 60s, rock, session, modern, and American upright. So we could change to rock, since we are in retro rock mode. So that is quite cool, and there's a absolutely ton of articulations. I don't know if this kind of changes depending on the guitar or it's for the same level. So you've got things like legato, hammer on, pull off. So we could try that. And then you can mute as well, a percentage of muted notes. And you can change all the neck tones and bridge volumes. So, like I said, we could have a slide medium. So like I said, you've got all these articulation, and then we can change the playing style, so we could go to finger instead of picking. So you get a different kind of style. And then we could have harm, or we could have down only as well. Try the modern guitar, and then we can try a different preset. So we could go to gear shift on the modern. Right, and we could change that to legato. And you can change obviously take the treble down and the bass. So these controls obviously change depending on the guitar. And then we've got we could have the 60s one, and then we could go to pocket change. And also change the chord progression to, let's try this one, D minor. So we could completely change that to, you know, anything that I wanted to, June or Alchemy, or so you can swap this out. But I'm showing you what this studio bass looks like. Try a dance one with so that's gone to the modern guitar. I thought this was to kind of like refresh this retro rock player, because it doesn't seem to it doesn't change this. It doesn't matter what I do up here, what presets I change up here, this always stays at retro rock unless you go in and change it here, you see. So we could change this to modern R&B. Right, so it's changed it to a session guitarist, and we're in contemporary soul. So yeah, so this actually is the perform again button. So create a subtle variation of the performance without changing the current setting in the editor. So you can just click this and it'll just change the pattern subtly. So obviously you can make a copy of this. So the other thing is you've got your main here, so you've got your chord rhythms, and you can have it following chords, and you can change these as well. Following the chord rhythm at the moment, you've got melody, so you've got more notes, some notes, so we could change it to some notes. You've got more octaves, so we could change that to some, and you've got phrasing, so we could have the phrasing as long, and then you can adjust the lower note as E1. You've got the fills, the swing, complexity, and then you've got details as well, so you can see. So we'll play this, so you can switch pickup hits on and take dynamic mute off and take the dead notes down and bring dynamics up there, and the tempo is standard, so we could go double time. Or half time. Which is quite cool. And then we've got automatic. So we could also bump up the BPM. So we'll take up to 88. So you can see there is a lot of feature, the studio bass settings and all these settings, and then you can go into manual as well and you can create a step pattern. But like I said, we can change this back to medium and more octaves. And then we could change this lyrical to soul flow. And we could change it to pick. Which doesn't sound very good as well. We'll stick to finger. Right, so I'll try the upright. So let's try one that says, is there an upright one? Right, lo-fi tape upright. So I kind of need to switch this as well to, we'll go to root upright. Yeah, there's a root. Right, so that's root upright. We'll change that one. Bump up the volume a bit, I think, on this American upright. So yeah, so that's quite cool, quite like that. So that is a quick overview of the new bass session player, and I will be doing the new keyboard one next, so keep an eye out for that. And then I will do drummer, and I'm going to do a track featuring all three of them and see what we can do with that. So anyway, so thanks for watching, and as usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.